Every day, billions of people around the world are on their smartphones. And while essentially having a full-fledged computer in your hands 24/7 can have many great benefits, it does have quite a few very serious downsides. Mental and physical complications can arise if you use your smartphone excessively, which is why it is a good practice to limit your screen time. However, there are some downsides to not using your phone as well, such as not being able to call 911 or your family in case of emergencies. Well, now you are in a bit of a predicament. You either bring your phone with you and risk getting on social media and checking emails, or you don't bring it with you and risk not being able to contact anyone in case of an emergency. So what should you do? This is the Palm phone, and I'm sure most of you have heard about it already. Its purpose is essentially to be a weekend or getaway phone, one you use when you don't want to have to deal with the highly addictive social media or stressful work emails. It can do everything your normal smartphone can do: text, call, browse the web, take pictures, and even get on social media. And while it won't limit you from getting on and browsing Instagram, its small size will be less noticeable and apparent in your bag or pocket. Palm also has developed their very own Do Not Disturb mode called Life Mode. This allows you to pick which notifications come in and which ones don't, so you don't get bombarded with messages. I've been using the Palm phone for a bit now, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my experience with this phone and telling you whether or not it has helped me to unplug from my online life. Let's get started. Before we get into my experience using the Palm phone, let's take a look at what it has to offer on the number side. Inside, the Palm phone comes equipped with a Snapdragon 435 processor, which is plenty fast enough for a device as small as this, and 3 GB of RAM along with 32 GB of internal storage. In this day and age, 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage is on the low side when it comes to consumer smartphones. But for a weekend phone such as this, the amount of RAM and storage won't be an issue whatsoever. This phone also comes with an 800 mAh battery, which once again might not seem like a lot, but for a phone of this size, it's plenty. The screen resolution is a full 720p with an incredible 445 pixels per inch. All those pixel peepers out there, I'm sorry, but you're most likely not going to be able to see any pixels on this phone. For cameras, this phone features one 12 megapixel rear camera and one 8 megapixel front facing camera. As for operating systems, the Palm phone features a highly skinned Android 8.1, which I will be talking about a little bit later. So, how has my experience been with this phone so far? Using the device itself has been really a breeze. The phone is small enough so that it doesn't draw attention, yet big enough so you can actually see what you're doing on the screen. For all those people who want to know the exact dimensions of the screen, it is 3.3 inches. Doing simple tasks like browsing YouTube or checking emails are extremely smooth on the Palm phone. However, I'm not a big fan of the skinned Android 8.1 that comes with this phone. This can be easily fixed using an app called Nova Launcher, which I'll have linked in the description down below so that you can check it out. I am, however, a big fan of Palm's Do Not Disturb mode called Life Mode. You can trigger this by simply pulling down the top menu and clicking the little icon that looks like a palm tree, and with that, it will block all sorts of different notifications that you want it to. You can pick which one it blocks, which ones it doesn't, so that you can still receive texts from your family, but you won't receive any of those stressful work emails. Many people have been pretty upset with the design of the Palm phone. To me, I think it looks really clean and minimalistic, and while others have called it an iPhone X copy, I would say its design is simply going with the flow as far as recent phone designs go. Made with a glass front and back as well as metal sides, this phone definitely will be susceptible to fingerprints and cracks, so keep that in mind when buying this. Both the front 8 megapixel camera and back 12 megapixel camera are fairly decent in broad daylight, but they do tend to get fairly grainy in low light scenarios, as shown in this image. Although I don't recommend using these cameras in low light scenarios, for when you're going on vacation and it's going to be broad daylight, these will work actually really good. One last feature that I would like to point out is that this phone also comes with a face unlock feature. And while it's not as fast as some of the mainstream products I have used, it'll definitely get by if you don't feel like putting in your password. Throughout the times I've been using it, I think the longest I've waited to unlock my phone using the face unlock feature is around 5 seconds, which isn't terrible, and you do need to point the phone directly at your face and be in fairly good lighting, or else it won't work. I personally think it is very solid. It has a clean design, decent cameras, and pretty good battery life. However, I was not impressed with the port selection. The Palm phone only comes with one USB-C cable and nothing else. This normally wouldn't be a problem, but it also doesn't come with a USB-C to headphone adapter. This was a quite unfortunate decision for Palm to make, because I can see quite a lot of people using this phone to listen to music or podcasts. Aside from all of this, does the Palm phone actually help you disconnect from your online life? The phone itself won't prevent you from getting online, but it will eliminate the distraction of a normal sized phone and give you some really great features to combat the incessant notifications that social media produces. The power is still in your hands to either focus on social media or your life, but the Palm phone is a great tool that you can use to help accomplish your goal. If you're looking to purchase the Palm phone, it will run you around $350, but it might be worth it if you're looking to combat your social media addiction, or you just need a break from all of the work emails and just all of the craziness that can happen online. I'll have it linked in the description down below. Big thanks to Palm for sending out their phone to feature in this video. And as always guys, I am Nate from Everyday Technology, and I'll be catching you in the next one. Peace.